Hello and welcome to Stage 4 of the Formula One Italian Grand Prix. And we're starting off here and just have to target 5th position, and that's not going to work for me because I like to win, so I'm going to be going for the lead. However, that's not very difficult, as I'm sure you can imagine. What would be difficult? Not letting anyone draft off me for even 1/10 of a second. Now that would be difficult. So, let's see if I can do that. Oh yeah, I'm also not allowed to go off track, and so there's quite a lot of things added to this, and I have to get in a certain amount of my Roman cubit drafting. And if you don't remember the reference about Roman cubits, that's actually the unit of measure that is apparently being used. It may sound funny, but if you take 100 and divide it by 2.25, you get a Roman cubit, and that's what you're seeing added up there. It says meters, but boy, it's going up way too fast. So anyhow, that's the funny little joke there. That's the reality, actually. So, get in all my drafting. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to wait wait until I could have a huge gap between 1st and 3rd that I could sit in nicely, get all my drafting in, and then find the time I could just dump him off so that he can't draft off me. And that's the time. Now, when you wreck someone like that, if you're not careful, they can catch draft as they're spinning out. I actually did that once. So now that I took out Hamilton, there's going to be a big empty lap with no one to see. So we're going to skip ahead. There we go. Now we're coming to the end of the 2nd lap. And nothing to worry about there. Pretty easy stage. Zippity-doo-dah through this stuff. And I'll have a little freeze frame at the end here. All right. Draft and chase down position 4. Does not sound very difficult. Doesn't say anything about being off track. So maybe we can have some fun with this one, because I want to win. I want to win every single stage. And I don't think there was anything strange about this particular one. Sometimes the goals get really complicated, like, do this by lap 7, do this by lap 8, don't do this until lap 9, yada yada. I didn't see anything weird like that, so this one's just pretty straightforward. Get a little bit of draft. And if you grind along someone's car as you pass them, sometimes they nail the brakes, which is kind of funny, really. Now I didn't touch him very much, but some guys really can't stand that I do that, and oh my goodness, well, that was pretty bad. Well, that could add to the challenge. What's up with that? I guess I just messed up my braking point. Man, I hate going into the gravel at Parabolica. I just hate it, because it's such a high-speed corner, and when you do that there, you just give up your whole start-finish straight. The guys just drive off on you. Oh well. This will give you a chance to see how well you can recover, even from a stupid mistake like that. So, set up an inside pass. Well, I don't know if I call that inside or outside. It's a straightaway pass in a way. I mean, I know there's a slight corner there, but I set up a pass. And another lap after this one yet. I haven't done any drafting. Oh, I see. I think it's continuous drafting. Let's just see here. Yep. So it's got to be continuous drafting off of one car. Oh well, I'll do that off of the first place guy. Should be Hamilton. Usually is Hamilton. Is it Hamilton? Yes, it's Hamilton. Well, this should be no problem at all. And just look how fast that is added up. Wow. Like, really? I mean, as you can tell, there's no way I just went 2 kilometers. Oh my, I'm blowing it again. That's downright embarrassing. Huh. Well, boy. Okay, let's see how big of a lead he gets on me. That's a pretty good lead. It's not too bad. I'll be able to reel him in without doing anything heroic or reckless. Okay, and another mistake. This is what happens when you take a day's break. Okay. Let's switch to cockpit view. I don't use driver view very often. Someone was just saying to me in the comments that if I want a challenge, I should switch to this view for certain races. So, boy, is this ever different for me. I don't like this race view very much. Don't get me wrong, it does look really cool. It is definitely the most realistic. And here you go, catching up nicely, overtaking nicely. I probably stayed off to the side longer than necessary. Thought I was using the proper braking point. Obviously not. Wow. That's really difficult. I'm sure I could get used to it with enough practice, but at the same token, I don't want to redo these stages again and again and again just because of really amateur mistakes. So there we go. We're going to wrap up this stage, but there we go. I did a little bit of driver view for you and you. And now I'm going to spin around because that was kind of frustrating. A lot of mistakes on that stage. So yes, I certainly make mistakes. I am extremely capable of messing things up. So I'm supposed to shake off this pack any way I can. Well, I don't think you guys should make that suggestion to me, because I'm capable of doing things that are kind of severe. Let's do some severe things. Yes, that should be fun. So I'm not allowed to get overtaken. I'm supposed to be careful when I overtake. And what do we have here? Basically, almost 3 full laps. Well, let's have some fun. Oh no. Okay, well that should make it harder for them to catch up to me, because I just dropped a bomb on them. I didn't see them very close behind me at all. They made it sound like those guys were going to be right behind me. Oh well. No issue at all there. So 5 more cars to go. I wonder how close they are. Sorry, 4 more cars to go. I'm already in 5th place. Will I wreck them all? Maybe. This is something that I could be doing, even if it says don't take on any damage or don't get into any collisions. Ooh, boy, that was silly. Come on, man, get control. Come on, Charles. And if we have a stage later on where it says don't take on any damage, don't get in any collisions, I'll show you how you can wreck people even when it says that. There's a trick. It works, you need to be using controls where you have a manual accelerator, not an automatic accelerator, and then it is possible. Ah, there we go. There's the 3rd place bot. Well, I'm going to drop more hazards on the track for the pack that is apparently on my tail, which I do not think they are. But this should be fun nonetheless. Drop him. And there he goes. Spinny spin spin. Still 2 laps to go. Lawnmower mode. I'm not so sure that I can catch the 1st and 2nd place cars, especially since it wasn't a requirement. So I'm going to do things slightly illegal, but I want to get the maximum earnings. By the way, there's a few weird glitches in this particular event. Like one glitch I'm noticing. At the last race of Stage 3, I needed PR 120.6 to enter it. But I only needed PR 119.1 to enter this race. Well, that's kind of strange. So I don't know if they did some weird patch overnight. I don't think they did. But there's been some weird things. Some people had trouble with Stage 2.2 being really glitchy. Oh, look, there he is now. Huh. Anyways, a lot of people still made it through Stage 2.2 even though there was really bad lag. But if you can't get through and there's glitches, then take a picture of how much it costs to skip it, do a skip, and file a ticket, because it shouldn't be messed up like that. And we're going to be looking at another stage here in a bit that other people have been complaining about. And we'll be addressing that one and looking at how that one could be done. Okay, so no trouble. Here's Hamilton. And again, I'm pitting everyone in this particular race. I'm taking them all out because it said, do whatever it takes. Well, that's pretty well everything I know. And there you go. Goodbye, Hamilton. And boy, that's nasty, isn't it? Hey, I'm going to fast forward this because I wanted to show you guys something. I talked about this in one of the other stages. So I'm going to show you a section of the original Monza track. Back up here, and I'm going to pause it for a bit. And look at that banking. That is the banking of the original dirt track. Isn't that cool? They actually included that. And then as I drive out of this is actually on track. Isn't that bizarre? You can go test that in a time trial, and look at this. I almost lost the race in those shenanigans showing you guys that. Anyway, kind of cool. I sometimes use this particular section to test the speed of a car because it's a nice long straight with a definite start and stop point. I'll show you that some other time. Okay, here is a troubling stage for some people. Notice this, skip for free. You can skip this if you want to. First of all, it says that you can't skip more than 5 times. Look at this, it only gives you 2. However, the real problem is, it says reach position 2 by the beginning of lap 22. Okay, no problem, let's warp ahead. I did that. Look, I'm in the lead. And it fails me. So, you can't do that. Another weird thing is what this thing considers skidding. And, well, you'll see what I mean. I'll show you a little bit. But I don't want to just skip a stage. I mean, yeah, easy to skip a stage. But if you skip a stage, you don't earn anything. So, I'm just going to show you how you do this stage. So, I'm sitting back here for a bit, and I wasn't sure if I should even be passing him. But I eventually did, and so here we are. We've skipped ahead a lap. I'm going to stay behind Hamilton. I'm in position 2, but I can't be in position 1 before lap 22. There, now I can dump Hamilton like a hot potato. And it doesn't really matter much. Also, my tires are degrading like crazy. So, I obviously made lap 22 without failing. So there you go. That is the key to being able to do this event, is you can't be in the lead before lap 22. It's very silly, but that's what happened. So that's why they're giving you a free skip for now, is because it's all goofed up. Now look at that skid. Oh, it didn't count as a skid. Isn't that odd? Anyways, we're not going to watch all of this. There, we just skipped ahead a lap. That was seamless. Anyways, I just skipped a lap for you because it's just a big, long thing as we watch my tires degrade more and more, and Hamilton is kind of way back there, and so what? But nevertheless, you get to see the earnings I get for this. And I lost traction several times, and it never counted as a skid, which is just really strange to me. So I'm going to slow down a lot for Parabolica here, simply because my tires are atrocious. They're way down there. And there. Really no trouble at all, as long as you do that one thing of don't be in the lead before lap 22. And then you can see the earnings that this will get me. Zip through this, do a little freeze frame here in a bit. And you can see I'm going to be adding all this up. So that's nice, you know, just over 30,000 M dollars. That's the end of stage 4. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Here's the playlist link, and I'll be working on stage 5 for you.